Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be doing the review of the English dub for Fukkatsu no F, Resurrection F, or Revival F, whatever you prefer to call the film. It has a bunch of different names from the fan base, but this is going to be a review of the English dub, spoiler free here. There may be a spoiler review coming later on the line here, but I will be discussing the new forms of the characters in the film. So if you didn't really want to hear about that for whatever reason, you know, it's been over all the advertising stuff, but if you don't want to hear about the new forms or haven't seen them, tune off now, but those will be part of this review. So Resurrection F starts off with Frieza in hell, and he does get revived. I'm not going to spoil how, but you guys can probably imagine how he does get revived. But it is a simple and kind of cliche way of him being brought back, but it does have a nice little twist on how he actually does come to be one again. And Frieza comes back. He's a little bit rusty. He demonstrates some of his powers, which is pretty awesome to see Frieza getting back into action. But he does come back, and then he proceeds, as we know from the film, he proceeds to train after hearing the great feats that Goku has done. So he does train for 4 months here, guys, and there are some minor issues with the story, which I'm not going to get into here with some of the lines here and there, but some of you guys, if you've seen the film, you probably know what line I'm talking about specifically when Frieza comes back. Now, after that, we see Frieza come back with his whole army, and Gohan, Piccolo, all the other Z Fighters are honestly kicking ass, and if you want to see the other Z Fighters or the side characters get some action here, guys, you're going to get a good fill of it here, really. Without spoiling anything, a lot of characters get some good action and some unexpected characters that would be considered very, very weak at this point, even compared to, let's say, Yamcha or Chaozu. They get some action too. Aside from that, though, without spoiling anything, we do see Frieza, when Goku shows up, Goku and Vegeta show up to fight Frieza, as we've seen in the trailers. The fight scene, in my opinion, the whole fight between Golden Frieza and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, that's, to be quite honest, one of the greatest fights I've seen in the entire series. And maybe I'm just fanboying here after seeing the film in theaters, but at an initial glance, that is one of the best fights in the entire series. Now, that is possible to change, for my opinion, but it is among the best. Maybe not top 5, maybe not top 10, but it's in that good handful of fights. It's gonna be in there because it is a phenomenal fight. If you guys have seen the film or even any of the trailers, you probably have a good taste of what the film has to offer. But they do use 3D once again in this film, just like they did in Battle of Gods. It's toned down a bit here, and it does look a bit sleeker, because in Battle of Gods it was very obvious when they used the 3D. It kind of got in the way a lot. I don't mind it when they use 3D in environmental effects and the environmental landscape. But when you come into character models and the animation, it does look a little bit weird, even still in Fukkatsu no F or Resurrection F. But it still looks pretty good. They do keep it down to a minimum. I feel like they use it very sparingly, only when they really need to use the 3D animation. There is a scene in the beginning of the movie, which obviously it's not being spoiled here, but it is pretty much completely done in 3D. And it's very glaring and jarring to see the 3D used to that extent, because it almost looks like a completely different movie in some aspects. But the fight is awesome. There's not a whole lot of story elements to really discuss, guys, because the story is very plain and simple. We do see Jaco, as you've seen the trailers, and there is some more stuff elevated, minor stuff that is brought over from his manga chapter, Jaco the Galactic Patrolman, and kind of brought into the Dragon Ball universe, or the anime universe, so to speak, because he was already kind of part of the manga universe. But Jaco is obviously being introduced, and he seems to be a more presented, a more upfront presented character that Toriyama may just want to implement in more anime entertainment properties to come. So Dragon Ball Super opened up for Jaco to be in there a lot. I mean, we see Jaco in the intro for Dragon Ball Super, but this isn't a Dragon Ball Super review, this is a Fukkatsu no F review. I keep saying Fukkatsu no F because I've been saying it for so long, but yes, Resurrection F, the name. But I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. All the English performances were absolutely phenomenal. Especially, you know, Chris Aries as Frieza. I mean, I used to not like Chris Aries' Frieza performance. I always preferred Linda Young, even though a lot of people obviously hated her. I still love her for the nostalgia. You know, it's a weird voice, but I did love it always. But Chris Aries, he really is a phenomenal voice actor, and I really gotta give him props, as well as Christopher Sabat, Vegeta, for Piccolo, all those other characters. You know, Goku, obviously, played by Sean Schemmel. Always one of my favorite performances in the entire series, next to Cell by Damian Clark. So all of the voice acting is completely spot on here, guys. Even the new characters like Sorbet and Togoma, phenomenal voice acting. I really have no problems with the voice acting whatsoever. As I said, the movie looks beautiful. The 3D animation does get in the way a little bit at times, but it's a beautiful, beautiful movie with great fight choreography and some amazing, amazing references to certain fighters in history, like, not really spoiling anything, but there is a Bruce Lee reference in there from one of his attacks. I'm not going to say what, but it is used by one of the characters. They do use a Bruce Lee move, if you guys know about it. That scene, when that happened, was freaking incredible, to be quite honest. I lost it completely. But it was awesome. It really was. The experience was amazing. Going to the theater, seeing the long line. I mean, the crowd of people was, to be quite honest, past the food court. It was at least a 100-foot long line. Not really exaggerating, it was really that long of a line. It was insane. And I don't live in a particularly big city or anything, so to say that the line was that big is really saying something about the Dragon Ball community. I love to see how much it's grown. But the movie is absolutely incredible. It's August 8th today as I upload this video. So you have 4 more days wherever you are, guys. Try to get your tickets. Go see this movie because I think it's definitely worth your money. You know, $10 to see some incredible Dragon Ball content, and it looks beautiful. We see some awesome, awesome things. And not to mention, guys, this movie is honestly hilarious. I laughed many times in this film, even more so than Battle of Gods. There's many hilarious scenes with Whis, with Jocko, with Beerus. There's some interesting encounters that I don't want to spoil between certain characters. But for those of you who have seen that movie, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Not really sure if I should give this movie a rating because I've only seen it once and a couple times without the English dub, so I will see it again before it's done showing. But I did thoroughly enjoy this movie. I think if you're a Dragon Ball fan, no brainer, go see it. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Freaking awesome movie. But let me know what you guys think of Resurrection F, the English dub, in the comment section down below. But other than that, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and I'll catch you later.